Dwayne Douglas Johnson wrestled under the nickname The Rock and forged an illustrious wrestling career between 1996 to 2004. Over his career, he was one of the top box office draws in history. But he started off only making $40 a match. He once told Stephen Colbert about it. Once his wrestling career came to an end, Johnson went and attempted the tough transition from being wrestling star to movie star. He hit the ground running by scoring a $5.5 million payday for his role in 2001, The Mummy Returns movie. He followed that with the sequel, The Scorpion King, and through the early 2000s starred in modest hits like The Rundown, Be Cool, and Doom. His stardom and paychecks soared when Johnson joined the Fast and Furious franchise. When he starred as bounty hunter Luke Hobbs in 2011's Fast 5. He became a fixture and in the process became a bigger star than he was already. Johnson brought in $10 to $15 million through the franchise and then took in $20 million for the 2019 spin-off movie Fast and Furious Presents Hobbes and Shaw. In 2017, Forbes named Johnson one of the world's highest paid actors thanks to 2017 releases like The Fate of the Furious, Baywatch, and Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. Johnson made a whopping $65 million, becoming one of the top-earning actors according to Forbes. In 2018 itself, Johnson earned $124 million, becoming Forbes' highest-paid actor ever, reported on its list. By 2018, Johnson was taking in seven-figure salaries on his movies. Starring on the HBO series Ballers, had an endorsement deal with Under Armour and produced most of the projects he was involved in. It led to him earning the most even in the 20-year-old celebrities list that Forbes has annually run, with a whopping $124 million earned that year. He also runs 7 Bucks Productions with his ex-wife, Dani Garcia. They founded the studio in 2012 after their 2007 divorce. Through 7 Bucks, they've co-produced some of Johnson's biggest hits, including Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, Jungle Cruise, and his upcoming Black Adam movie, as well as TV shows Ballers and Young Rock. The production company is named 7 Bucks because before his stardom, Johnson only had that much in his pocket. In early 2016, The Rock teamed up with Under Armour for a global sponsorship. He also has deals with Ford and Apple. In 2016, he signed a deal with the companies for his DJ-inspired series of clothing. He reportedly takes in $15 million a year on these types of deals alone. His line of $130 sneakers sold out in 30 minutes. Johnson is the rare actor who can still demand $20 million per movie. Like Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, Skyscraper, and Red Notice, Johnson had deals that has been unheard of since the days of Will Smith, Tom Cruise, and Julia Roberts making consistent hits. Johnson makes $20 million per movie. If the movie performs well, he takes in millions and more in bonuses, but that is just the beginning of what he earns for his work on the film. Rock got paid $1 million just to post on his social media about his Netflix movie Red Notice, along with the $22 million he took in for Red Notice movie. That also included $1 million just for social media posts. The Rock was the highest paid actor in 2020 with $87.5 million, according to Forbes. Once again, it was due to big paydays for movie roles and endorsements. For Black Adam movie, Rock's base salary is only increasing. According to Variety, he will be paid $22.5 million to play the DC Comics superhero. According to the trade, he will earn more than that by the time the film is released in theaters, thanks to his role as a producer and his social media efforts to promote the film. So real question is, how does he spend all that money anyway? One way is through charity. Johnson established the Dwayne Johnson Rock Foundation in 2006, a charity that works with children who have illnesses, disorders, or disabilities to improve their self-esteem and empower their lives. It also aids in children's physical fitness and nutrition programs. And he also spends lot money on food. Of course we all do. But not like The Rock. To keep his body in shape, he consumes over 5,000 carbs per day. Occasionally, up to 7 meals are consumed. He'll have massive carb-up nights where he eats nothing but sushi. He consumes approximately 10 pounds of food per day. And he also buys custom cars. The Rock showed up to the premiere of Bowlers in a Pagani Huayra. Because this car is custom-made, the price can vary, but the standard Pagani costs around $1 million. Despite the fact that it's custom-made, Johnson stated on Instagram that he's too big to fit into it. His favorite vehicle appears to be a custom-made pickup truck. Several expensive cars have been identified in Johnson's garage, but his favorite appears to be a monster truck-like Ford F-150 pickup with custom modifications. With his 6'5" frame, he can easily get in and out of the vehicle. It's no surprise that the Fast and Furious star favors such an aggressive-looking vehicle. And he bought his dad a bunch of trucks. Johnson posted on Instagram in 2016 about his father's difficult life and how he never asked for much. Over the years, I've moved him into a big house, given him trucks to drive, which he literally drives into the ground until I get him something else, Johnson wrote. I'll get him whatever he wants, but the SOB won't ask. And Johnson also spends money on elaborate tattoos. His tattoos on his chest and arms represent various aspects of his heritage, which is part American, part Black Canadian, and part Salmon. According to Inc. magazine, he had some of his tattoos done by a well-known Tahitian tattoo artist named Paoino Arandi. Johnson is almost always working in different locations, and he often has luxury accommodations. He frequently shares photos of his digs on Instagram. When he isn't staying in nice hotels while filming, he is staying in nice hotels for international press tours. He also often gets from place to place in a fancy Gulfstream G650. It is one of the world's best and fastest private jets. It's unclear whether Rock owns it or simply rents it, but he frequently posts on Instagram and Twitter about traveling in it while on press tours. And sometimes he brings his family with him. Johnson had a childhood dream of owning a Rolex. He bought his first one for $35,000 when he was a wrestler, according to Forbes, after years of wearing a fake one to remember his goal. It was smashed in the ring a week after he bought it, and he never replaced it. Johnson did, however, purchase at least one more Rolex as a gift. After accidentally punching another actor on the set of 2002's The Scorpion King, he bought him a Rolex. Cool. The Rock is also a real estate investor. Johnson is a relatively high-volume home buyer and seller for a celebrity, according to Zillow data. He's sold more than 10 homes in the last decade or so, mostly in Florida. He also purchased a home for his mother at the end of 2018. Among them is a 6-bedroom house in Hidden Hills, California, that he sold in 2012 for nearly $4.9 million. In 2014, he paid $5.5 million for a Miami mansion and commissioned a $1 million addition. The addition included, predictably, a massive gym and a guest house for his personal trainer. Johnson has a farm just outside of Charlottesville, Virginia. He goes there to unwind and reconnect with nature after a long day of shooting. He frequently posts photos on Instagram of himself fishing in his pond, hanging out with horses, and frolicking in the grass with his family. Locals occasionally see him at Gold's Gym in Charlottesville. According to ESPN, Johnson, Garcia, and a group of other investors paid $15 million for the Football League in 2020. The league was founded in 2001 by WWE owner Vince McMahon, but it never achieved the level of popularity that the NFL has. Johnson is confident that he can change that. The Rock's new XFL season will begin in 2023. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you enjoyed this video, then subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in next video. Bye guys.